Greetings, Inquisitors. I'm pleased you're in this holocron with me today. It's going to be much the same as the last holocron. We're going to be battling out in Grand Arena, doing some account reviews. We've got a really tough matchup on the Loquitur account. Really got a talented player we're playing against, so it's going to be interesting to see where this one lands. Unfortunately, on the main account, we have another auto deploy. So we got like a 6.2 million galactic power account auto deployed against us again. Not a whole lot of fun to play against those in the stream. You get to see some, 5-man Relic 7 teams, but not really a whole lot to mix and match and entertain you guys with. But we'll do the best we can to try to figure that out. Of course, he has a Galactic Legend SLKR, so we get to try to play against that as his auto deploy. That's going to be fun. All right, who we got over here? I see Griff, Arva, Nabokov. I vote we use Piet today. We use Piet all the time. Just he goes in the trooper team most of the time and makes Piet sad because Nabokov thinks that Piet always belongs by Vader's side. Killing the lightsaber, killing the like button before Loquitur asks. All right. Lucky view. Thanks, man. Good. Awesome. We still have some people, looks like they haven't used the lightsaber properly yet. Lightsabers out. Like drain. Smash the like button. Crush it. Destroy it. Treat it like a Jedi. Whatever you got to do. Get that thing out of here. Remember, troopers are powered by like buttons. So by the time we hit the troopers, we got to have enough likes to make the troopers work. That's how this goes. Jasper Bayless, my first time on your stream. Can I get an account review? Well, not the first time on the stream. I don't know if you signed up for an account review. Right now it's suspended. We've got so many account reviews in the spreadsheet that we're on hold for just a minute, trying to catch up with a few of those. But when it opens back up, if you get over on the Discord server, you can put your name in the database over there, and we will get to your account as soon as it makes it to the top of the list. So if you want to do that, talk with the mods in the chat here, figure out what it is that we're going to do, get your name on the list. Look at that number 4 spot in your Loquitur division. Uh-oh. Is that you, Arva? All right, I'll look when I get there. Did you guys know Vader killed everyone who saw him without his mask except Piet? Huh. Interesting trivia. Just watched Arnold's video. I really hope gas is a requirement as opposed to Ki-Adi-Mundi. Yeah, I think they'd be crazy to make Ki-Adi-Mundi a requirement just because he's so hard to get. That would really make it a galactic legend that everybody would put their hands up, right? So if you're Capital Games and you're in business for money and you want to get paid and you put out a galactic legend and make a requirement of Ki-Adi-Mundi, then the top 2% of players in the game get that galactic legend, and 98% of your player base that you want spending money are all going to go, well, can't do that till I get Ki-Adi-Mundi. That would not be the strategy that Capital Games is going to employ to put profit in their pockets. So just based on the fact that they're a business and they want money, I don't see them making Ki-Adi-Mundi a requirement. I really don't think so. If they do, then I would say it's bad business. It's really bad business. It's a Kenobi. Get him. Yeah, blah. A Kenobi. How many? We only got one Kenobi in the game, right? It's just we just have just the one Kenobi. So I don't mind that they're putting a second one in. If they put in like a 9th Han Solo, though, it's going to be probably better characters they can put in than more Han Solos and more Chewbacca's. You get like a full team of Han versus a full team of Chewbacca. Relic 8 Sidious is ridiculous. At least Relic 8 Kenobi is useful. Yeah, I feel like Ki-Adi-Mundi might be in the best version of the team, but it won't be a requirement. Could be. Aiden P says it's not always about money, though, because they made Jedi Knight Luke a requirement for Jedi Master Luke, and people can't wail on Hoda and Wampa. But a lot more people do have the Hoda, the Rolo, and the Wampa. People who've been playing the game for a long time have those characters. So that's more of a time thing. Just as long as you've been playing the game long enough to have those characters, you can get it. It's not gated too hard. I mean, people didn't just go, nope, no JML, right? He got released with Sith Eternal Emperor, so people could wail on Sith Eternal and wait for JML. But now that they're doing them one at a time, I think they've got to make this an achievable thing for people. Hey, maybe not. Maybe they won't. But again, I think that would be bad business. That's just me. Hey, everybody, get one currency even if it's slow, whereas Ki-Adi-Mundi is pretty hard gated. Yeah, exactly. Everybody can get that. I feel like 6-star cam is basically what they will require. Nothing below that. 6-star is accessible and fix the issue of the brand new players messing with the arena. They've said that all Galactic Legends should be on the same playing field, so I have to say the game designers have done a pretty decent job of not falling prey to power creep. And for anybody who doesn't know, in game theory, power creep is just this idea that every new thing you have to do has to be more powerful than the last thing, so that the new players get the new thing and they get to beat everybody else, and the game just continues to escalate up and up and up and up, and eventually, some characters that are older characters become useless. But if you look at Commander Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, those characters, Padme, they're not irrelevant. They've maintained their relevance, and they've maintained the quality of teams that you're able to build around them for a long time, even with the introduction of Galactic Legends. So I don't think Kenobi is going to be a game-breaking Galactic Legend. He should be on the same relative power scale as the other Galactic Legends. He'll have something that he's better at. Maybe he'll be better at raids than the other guys. Who knows? I think that would be great. I would love it if they actually thought ahead enough to say, okay, Kenobi is going to be your raid Galactic Legend. That's going to be the guy that crushes the Rancor raid and gets you 15% every time. Roll your face on the keyboard and you get your 15% type of character. That would be good. That would be good for people. Then a lot of people could go for that, and they could work on raids with that Galactic Legend if that's what they want to do. So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see Kenobi have his own niche, but in terms of PvP, he's going to be roughly equal to the Galactic Legends that are already in the game. And they've proven that they can tweak it, that they can, work on the characters and tweak them. And, you look at the 4 Galactic Legends now, they're all different. They all have different things that they're good at. But in their own way, they're each as powerful as the other. So everybody says C is weaker. C is one of the few characters in the game that can, on his own or with a Wat Tambor buff, do incredible things. And, he's got his niche in the game, especially in PvP, as an offensive character. Rey is the defense on PvP. SLKR is kind of the jack of all trades. Swiss Army knife, goes anywhere. And then JML is sort of the, most versatile in PvP. You can put him on defense and he's good. You can put him on offense. So he's probably the best at, flexing, him and SLKR. So, I don't know. They adjusted too low. C can beat anything with Watt and armor. Yeah, and you may say, oh, well, SLKR can, beat anything without an armor. But, it's not that clear cut. SLKR is probably the best out of the Galactic Legends, but all 4 of them are similar. He'll have the tag, but the synergy whether the synergy will be there is the real question. Yeah, Galactic Legends have been good at stopping power creep. I do suspect that Kenobi's best team will require cam. Yeah, that could be. All right, let's draw attention to the screen up behind my head. Lightsabers, come on, Inquisitors, you've been issued with a lightsaber. You know how this works. Pass it through the like button, crush it, smash it, destroy it, get it out of here. We do not like that like button. Treat it like it's a Jedi. Some people still haven't done that yet. I would certainly appreciate it if you all would. On the way to getting those troopers fired up, you know, we gotta get those troopers powered up. They're powered by likes. All right, we're gonna do an account review here at the start of the stream for GarethJWelsh. Oddly enough, he's got the Hello There title. Hello there. Saber Strike Reborn is the guild. That's a pretty cool guild name. It's got the explosion as the guild tag. 3.2 million galactic power, 1.8 in characters, 1.4 in ships. We can see that he's participating in all kinds of game stuff, and he does get Kyber in his division in Grand Arena. So that's always nice to see. If we look at ships, he's got a Rebel fleet here that's where to go? Yikes. Rebel fleet that's number 50 in Arena. He's got an Arena team with Darth, Revan, and crew that's 179. So this placement seems like a little low for a Revan team. I feel like we probably could do better than that. And 50 seems a little low for a Rebel fleet like this. So let's see if we can find some advice to give to this particular person. And they turned in their account review with a request that said they think it's time to grind for a Galactic Legend. SLKR seems to make the most sense, but they're not sure if it's too early to go full throttle. Maybe there's more teams for Grand Arena or pilots for fleet that they need to look into. So that's kind of the direction we're looking for in this account. Where are we headed? Is it good for Grand Arena? Is the account stabilized? And should we go for a Galactic Legend? So before we even start with this, 3.2 million galactic power. What are you guys going to say about going for a Galactic Legend? What does the chat think? Is there a certain galactic power where you say, okay, now you've reached X galactic power, it's time to go for a Galactic Legend? Do you think 3 million is a good amount to go for a Galactic Legend? Should we do it sooner? Should we do it later? Put your thoughts in the comments. I'll be interested to see how other people feel about this. All right. So let's go over here and take a look at his ships then. He's starting out with Biston's U-Wing as one of the starting ships, but he hasn't committed to these characters. So the first thing I would say, without even looking any further into the account, if you're going to do this for ships, you've got to commit to this Biston's U-Wing, right? You can't go in, and people will say, oh, I do it with a Biston's U-Wing and my characters are Gear 8 and it's just fine. People say that. But the truth is, if I can uncover this, or if I can just go faster and I can kill this ship in 1 or 2 hits, it's not going to do its job. And I would imagine that that's exactly what's happening to him on fleet. People just, either put an ability block or something on the Hound's Tooth, shoot this right out from behind all of this before they even get to take a turn, and then you're left with these 2 as your starting ships. You got to wait for a reinforcement before you get that assist synergy going on. You're going to lose a lot if you lose this ship early on. So you got to have the pilots big, mostly because you have to have this ship fast. And 138 speed just isn't going to cut it with what you want Biston's U-Wing to do. All right, so that's my first thing with fleets. I mean, just at a glance. We've got the Millennium Falcon here with Gear 12 guys. And surprisingly, I mean, this Millennium Falcon does just fine with these guys at Gear 12. They don't really have to be Relic to make this Millennium Falcon dangerous. It's really a great ship, and it's already functional as it is. We've got Anakin's ship here, the Silencer, Hound's Tooth, a bunch of stuff. Got Rebels. We got the Rebel Y-Wing here. That's good. We need to start getting that in instead of Houndstooth, right? Even though it's only 6 stars, if you've got all the stats on this maxed, this should go in ahead of Houndstooth. It should be one of your starting 3, my opinion. Or Biggs Darklighter. Yeah, probably this Rebel as your starting 3. Biston's U-Wing, the Rebel Y-Wing, and Millennium Falcon. All right, so do we have a premium fleet yet? We've got Finalizer going, Home 1, Chimera. All right, so he's already working on the Finalizer. So if you've got Finalizer at 4 stars and you're asking me about SLKR, that's already a really good boost in the right direction, right? All right, let's get over here to chat, take a look at what people have said. Let's see. Let's see. Gas will for sure be a requirement for Kenobi. Seems logical, right? GLs usually have 2 marquee characters. Kenobi only has 1 currently. Gas would be the harder character to make the Galactic Legend not too easy. And Satine fits in the story. There's a lot of different things you could do with Kenobi's story. Satine would be, I don't know what you'd do with her as a character, though. Right? Does she fit into Galaxy of Heroes? Is she like a Mon Mothma type character where she just like sits around and does politics for the whole battle? I'm not exactly sure how Satine would fit in our game of warfare here. Joey the Goat says, yes, you need a Galactic Legend. Nabokov says at 3 million you should have 1 done. At 4 million you should have 2. He should have started earlier. He's got a lot of fleet galactic power. They have Malik, so it's time to go for a GL. Unless they have way too many Gear 12s, they should already be going for a Galactic Legend. All right, so it looks like people are saying, Nabokov says people are unlocking C at 1.5 million very often, and it's not that tough. So you need to have at least 1 near completion, somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million. Okay. At 4 million, you should have 2. Okay. I've been working towards C since 600K. Interesting. Lots of interesting opinions. Darth Loquitur, Lady Satine is a fighter, but she could also work like a Mon Mothma or a C-3PO. Yeah, well, I mean, suffice to say, if you lead the Mandalorians, you better be able to fight, right? Like there's... It's kind of a given that if you're going to lead Mandalorians, you better be able to hold your own because somebody else will just come up and take it from you, right? So we have to assume that she's at least good enough to hold her position. But I think in Clones, she felt more political to me than she did like a battleground leader. But that's just me. Rebel fighters are fighters. Age of the account makes it difficult to say at what GP a Galactic Legend is necessary. Get an epic confrontation character, then go for a GL. Yeah. A lot of people are a big fan of like going Revens into Malik and then going for your Galactic Legend. So let's take a look at what he's got going on here for characters, right? We've got Kylo Ren unmasked. We've already got some of the First Order going. So I think this person is already pretty much committed to the SLKR, and they should, right? So I think I agree with the chat. This is where it's at, and we should be focused up on getting this account SLKR. And since we've already got the finalizer going, that's such a huge part of it. And like somebody said, that's a lot of fleet. If you're going to get the finalizer unlocked through the game with fleet, you have to have all of these bounty hunter ships. You have to have Darth Vader's ship, a couple First Order ships. So that's what happens. You know, when people talk about Galactic Legend bloat, especially for Rey and SLKR, and to some extent C as well, because if you unlock the Sith ships, like as you're building up those Sith characters to relic levels, it really blows out your galactic power on the fleet side. Like this right here, he's got this 4-star ship, level 51, not really a lot of commitment, just kind of put something into it. At some point, if you're going for Sith Eternal Emperor, you get this guy at Relic 7. Well, this ship is going to have like 70, well, at level, if you just left it alone right where it's at, it would end up probably 50 to 60,000 galactic power. So the character is, 30,000 galactic power, and the ship is more than double that in a lot of cases. So by unlocking the finalizer normally with ships through the quest, through the event, that's probably a good 800,000 galactic power just in ships, just for that event. All right. SLKR equals First Order fleet commitment. Yeah, I'm spreading the word to everybody right now. For anybody who doesn't know, whenever these ship events come up, you can also buy the crystals in the shop. So there's two ways to do it. You can either commit to the fleet and build it the free-to-play way, or you could just save up crystals and just buy 5 stars worth of the ship out of the shop. And it doesn't care whether or not you built the fleet, and the fleet is not required for the event itself. So all you have to do is buy a 5-star finalizer, and you can avoid all of that fleet bloat. And for people who are doing SLKR early game, I would say my thought is build yourself an arena team that gets you really high placement in arena. Focus on your fleet so that you can get top 5 in fleet every day. And then just work those crystals, buy the fleet, and don't spend your 800,000 galactic power worth of fleet on finalizer. And then instead of being at 4 million galactic power, you finish this journey out at 3 million. It's such a huge difference. It's crazy how big of a difference that is. So on my main account, I did that with the Raddus. I quit working on the Raddus ships, and I just bought the 5-star Raddus straight up. I'm not going to make the mistake of waiting on that and building fleet and crazy galactic power. All right. Let's see. I like Loquitur's method of buying the capital ship only. Yeah, it's a choice that you make, right? If you need, and what I always am telling people, if you need a fleet, the First Order fleet is an offense fleet. So if you say, well, I already built the Rebel fleet, the Rebel fleet is an offense fleet. You're not going to want your 2 main fleets to be Rebels and First Order until you get into higher levels where you need 4 fleets. Then you can put 2 fleets on defense and have your 2 good offensive fleets. But if you have Negotiator, for example, commit to the First Order fleet, put your Negotiator on defense, take your First Order fleet on offense. Those are all fine decisions. But if you need a fleet, the First Order fleet's okay. If you don't actually want that fleet, don't build it. Don't commit to it. Just get the finalizer and get her done. When should I start working on my 3rd and 4th fleet? That is a tough question to answer right now because we don't know how the Grand Arena thing is going to shake out. So I would say the game automatically prompts you almost to end up working on 3 fleets. So at some point, if you build up the Geos in a fleet early on and you build up some ships that are going to go into a Negotiator fleet, whichever capital ship you buy first becomes your primary fleet and the other one becomes your secondary fleet. And then almost by nature, by the time you get the other main capital ship, you've already built a 3rd fleet somewhere in there, whether it's Rebels or First Order or something like that. So for early game players, the way it sits right now, if the chart sticks, you don't need to start working on your 3rd fleet for a long time. I imagine they'll change the chart, and you'll want to work on that a full division ahead. And just building up 1 more fleet will take you through a division. So let's say you're Division 3, and you want to start working on your 3rd and 4th fleet. That'll take, if you don't touch characters and you just touch fleet, it'll take you all the way through Division 3 to Division 2. That fast. It's it's really outrageous how fast fleet adds galactic power to your account. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And honestly, if you can build like a 5-ship fleet, like if you built First Order and you only built the Special Forces TIE, the shuttle, the silencer, and then you use Plo and Cassian or maybe Plo and the Ebon Hawk as your reinforcements. Just make a 5-ship fleet. You can save yourself some galactic power that way. All right, let's get back to this account review. We've been all over the place talking about general stuff. But this account definitely needs to go for SLKR. We need to close out that Galactic Legend and get her done. Then, once that's done and closed, I would circle back around and finish out some of these teams that you've already got work on. You've got Padme here. You've got a big Anakin here. I would finish him out to Relic 7, Relic the Padme, get that fully functional Padme team going. You've already got Chewbacca, Han Solo. You've got a CLS here. I would Relic the CLS. I would build a small 3PO and Chewie to put on that team. And I would just make it a 4-man team. Relic Commander Luke, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and then a small, I don't even care if he's like 3 stars or whatever you're willing to invest in him. Chewie to spread the stats at the start. And that's going to be like a 4-man hit squad that'll be able to do a lot of work for you in Grand Arena. So, Relic the Vader. Work on the teams that you've got. So, as your first priority, finish the SLKR. Definitely finish that. And then circle back around and work on those teams that you've already worked on. That's my thought. Let's look at mods here for just a second. We got 349 speed on Darth Revan. That's nice. Nice. All right, Bastila Lashawn, 311. So he's got some pretty solid mods up top here. Darth Malik is super fast too. 291 without a speed set. Yow! That's nice. What's his overall tenacity? Like 180? Yo, 180. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, tenacity on Malik just makes him really difficult to deal with. Really difficult. He's already sturdy enough on his own. He doesn't need a whole lot of hit points and armor and all that stuff. He just needs to take a lot of turns and resist, and that's exactly how he's set up. All right, Hux 275. All right, so our speed drops off after that. We've got 2 really good speed sets. We've got tenacity with a bunch of speed subs, which is good. We've got Revan with offense at 272. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for an offense set. Grandmaster Yoda, offense set as well, 272. Ooh, you do not want that. You do not want that. My opinion, people in chat think differently. You can put it in there. But you never want 2 characters like this that you expect to be on the same team to be the exact same speed. You want to know which one of these characters is going to go first. So there's probably a mod there somewhere that you could tweak on one of these guys. These are all 6 dot. I mean, if you got a speed upgrade on Yoda anywhere, he'd be the fastest. If you get another speed upgrade on Revan somewhere, I just don't like characters when they're the exact same speed, because then it's kind of a coin flip. Sometimes you get one guy first and sometimes you get the other guy first. And just for me, maybe I'm just too twitchy about that kind of stuff, but I like to know exactly what order my team is going in. And when that doesn't happen, like if I'm buffing up mods and I accidentally get a speed upgrade on one of my guys and I don't realize that it upsets the balance of the team, the next time I play it, I'm like, oh man, come on. Like, messed up my timing. So, that's me. All right, let's see what chat has to say over here. There's way more fleet. There's way more characters, so they need fleet to consume more galactic power. Yeah, I don't know. I think the game is okay the way it is. The only outcome of the ships being so significant of an effect on galactic power, it only really affects Grand Arena. That's the only game mode where anything cares about your galactic power in a negative way. And as long as you manage it and you only build ships that you intend to commit to and build, you're fine. Like that galactic power is being used, and so it's a fine method, but people just have to be super aware. When you unlock a ship and take it up to level 50 and then you relic that character, you got this 4-star level 51 ship and it just eats your galactic power for lunch. All right. Game responsibly says, I'm never live. You do an account review. I'm StarCraft 11. Okay. Well, I don't think yours is on the roster for today, but we'll see if we can get to you sometime. Would you finish the Ki-Adi-Mundi squad and then go for Kenobi? Or will you stick to JML for Nabokov? Oh, well, he answers that over in chat. Okay. Let's see. What do we got over here? Storm Pooper stopping by. Great. Hey, we do have super chats and super stickers, so if anybody wants to drop one of those off, I always appreciate that kind of stuff. Darth Loquitur, an interesting point on this review. Relics we see, teams we see. How much matchmaking will be difficult once SLKR is farmed due to the galactic power hit, especially with the higher galactic power. So when you look at this account, it's not a fat account, right? So if I say, okay, how many relics does this person have? Well, they've got a few, right? They've got the Revan teams up and running, both the light side and the dark side teams. And they've got at least a functional Padme team with a Relic 5 Anakin. So at this galactic power, they're going to be in a mid, Division 4 or 3? I can't remember exactly how that would lay out, but I suppose we could just go out here and look, right? Division 3. So in Division 3, this account's going to be stretched pretty thin because you've got a couple good teams. If you put the Darth Revan on defense, for example, you put Padme team on defense, and then very quickly you get stretched thin, right? Then you're down into teams that include these Gear 12 characters and such. So yeah, I mean, getting the Galactic Legend, I think he's already taken the hit with the way he's got his account built. I think the Galactic Legend is going to make it better rather than worse. And for this person, as soon as he gets his Galactic Legend, I would always put it on defense. Always, always. Because of exactly what we're talking about. I would put the Darth Revan team in front of ships. I would put the SLKR team bottom front. And then you can fill in some garbage defensive teams. And a lot of opponents are going to be faced with the ability to either get through the top or get through the bottom, but not both, against these well-modded Sith Empire. So I think he's in good shape for Grand Arena. Build the SLKR, do Darth Revan SLKR defenses, and then keep just tons of stuff for offense. You can keep all the rest of this stuff for offense. I think you're in good shape. Like I said, once we get the SLKR, we're going to want to finish the Padme team, Rebels, Vader. That's what I see. And then stabilize the account with SLKR already in it. And then, that's probably another 4 or 5 months looking at this account. And then you can pick your next project from there. Yeah. Solid. The characters are pretty slim. Fleet is why this account is higher GP. We'll need to work on more of the middle squads like you suggested. Yep. For some 3v3 Darth Revan counters, you want Bastila Shan before Yoda. Interesting. Darth Revan counters. All right. Well, we're going to hang it up with this account then. Sector 5, I got to say, in terms of mods, it's not bad. The person seems to know what they're doing with how they're applying mods. So overall, I would say, you definitely, everybody can work on mods. But these characters at the top end, they're in good shape. The mods that you've got on are decently fast, and you've got the right sets on people. So, in that regard, Sector 5 approved. Keep doing what you're doing, and just keep looking for more fast mods. All right. We got a second vote. Mods look fine from Nabokov. That's cool. All right, so let's take a look at this Grand Arena for Darth Loquitur. And this is a gem today, right? I like this. This matchup is going to be good. So we won against the Great. We kind of knew what that was going in. He had already played. He got the bottom side cleared. We got a full clear. an epic confrontation between our troopers and his Grievous team. That was nice. So against this matchup, we've got Thanatos, Dragon's Alliance. Look at his stats, 400 in fleets. So not much in fleets, a lot in characters. But look at this. He's already got the Malevolence. So even though I have more fleet power than he does, I can't bully him on fleets because he's already got a better fleet than I can beat. So this is you guys, for anybody who hasn't played Grand Arena for a long time or at a higher level, I'm telling you, if your fleet, like he could put this on defense and be pretty secure that I can't beat it. If he does that, man, you know, even if he loses his fleet on offense, knowing that he can hold, that's going to make this matchup real tough, right? So if you dominate on fleets, you can really set up your Grand Arena in a different way. He does have a TIE Advanced all the way to the hilt. He's got the Geo fleet. He's got the Vulture droid. And like we always talk about, these are good ships. The galactic power is low because they are pilot free. So he has the Vulture droid and the Hyena bomber. And then he's got some miscellaneous ships in the middle, but not too much fat. And then he's got the Malevolence, and he's using the Executrix as his other capital ship, it looks like. Or maybe he just did that, but it's really, he's only got the Malevolence developed as a capital ship. Let's see. He has Malevolence and Wat Tambor. I like this account, says Arva. You're going to like it even better when it hits over on the character side. So this, what I'm going to say, when I look at this account, the first thing that I see, it's a patient player. This is not somebody, like I'm not an impatient player on the Loquitur account, but I'm trying to push everything higher, higher, higher as fast as I can. Like I don't want to wait around and like just take my time and you know, play around getting things. I kind of want to set an example for people. Like if you were new to the game and you wanted to build up your account and just get galactic power, open up events, do as much stuff as fast as you can, what does that look like? So I think I'm pushing my account development very efficiently. This person has patience. You look at the Zetas, they've got a lot of Zetas. They've had the patience to farm out these characters for Darth Revan. And he's built up those characters. He's got Carthanasi with the Zeta on him and all that stuff. And he's working on, I believe he's got to be close to getting the Jedi Knight Revan too, because he's got the Bastila. I thought I saw Julie Bindo somewhere in here. Maybe I was imagining that. But he's a patient player. You know, he's just building stuff up. He's got the 6-star Grievous. He's just working on the good stuff that he's working on. He's got the Geos going, relic level Brood Alpha. So this is I would say, I'm guessing maybe a couple months older than my Loquitur account, maybe 8 or 9 months, with a little more patient play is what it looks like to me. But a smart player, smart guy, right? Look at these mods too. 305 on his Darth Revan already, and he's like at not even 1 million galactic power. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bastila Shan at 242. So he's got good mods going. Now, talking about the defense, this is subtle, but he's done kind of what I talk about doing. He's got a lot of good characters on teams that are mixed with support characters. So if we look at his Padme team, he's got a good Padme with 2 Zetas. He's got Kenobi, Anakin, Ahsoka over here. So not relic level, not gear 12, but just, you know, casually, you know, low key, 80,000 galactic power Padme team. If he puts that team on defense, it's hard to beat. If he takes it on offense, it's hard to beat. He's got this Carthanasi team here with the Old Republic. Again, low-key, you know, 75, 80,000 galactic power team that's going to be tough to beat either offense or defense. Darth Vader with Wat Tambor, and he's got the Emperor if he needs him. So you look at this account, and the top characters, it's not that impressive. But when you start looking at how those characters are applied, he's just got team after team after team after team of good stuff. This is a smart account. Smart account. All right, let's take a look at chat over here. Just hit level 85 and got Darth Revan after probably 6 straight hours of doing the event. Yeah, nice. Good. This account reminds me a lot of a certain other account. I think Arma's referring to himself. Darth Loquitur, my guild is currently getting 5 Wat Tambor shards on every Geo territory battle. Is it good, or should I switch to another guild? It depends on you. I mean, if your galactic power is 3 million and you can get a Wat Tambor shard every time, and that's all they're doing is 5, hightail it, get out of there, right? But if you're at 700,000 and you're a new player and you're in that guild and they're doing good on the raids and all that other stuff, then it's your choice. You know, you can stick around. I overshot. I mean, I went for a really good guild on Darth Loquitur and got in one, and I think we got like 28 Wat Tambor shards. So that's good. But I'm like the last guy in the guild. I'm scoring like number 47, and they just took me along because I told them I could get a Wat Tambor shard, and I did. I got my first Wat Tambor shard in this last event. And they're happy. I'm getting my 600 tickets every day. I'm contributing a Wat shard. I'm doing my part. So I'm in a 258 million galactic power guild. If you want to do that, though, and you're low galactic power, you got to pull your weight. You got to do your stuff. What do we got over here? A Nabokov fan, not 100% sure. I'm in the middle of working on. Okay, let's see. What else we got over here? All right. That looks like we're caught up pretty much on the chats. So setting my defense, man, I did not know what to do against this guy because I assume he's going to bring... For Revan, he's only got 3 characters. He really doesn't have the whole team flushed out. So if you look at this, he's just got these 3, and he's probably going to want to play those 3 together as a 3-man offense. So I'm assuming at this point, because I don't see like the set tank, I don't see some of that other stuff, so I'm assuming that this is going to be on offense. And that's a good 3-person offensive kill squad. I think the Geos have to be on defense, Vader has to be on offense. That all makes sense to me. Trying to outguess where these other teams are going, Carth we expect to see on defense. And then Bastila or Padme, I think the Jedi team or the Padme team goes on... the Padme team probably goes on defense. So I'm thinking, man, if I got to fight Geos, Carth, and Padme, I can't do it. I can't beat all 3 of those teams. I'd have to save way too much. And he's going to have enough good offense to carve through anything that I put. So in the end, what I did the permission strategy. And I said, okay, fine. What we'll do, we'll throw these Jedi up front. And the idea is I want to put a team up here that's just big enough to try to convince him to use one of his good teams. So maybe he'll throw Vader at that. I don't know. Something. We're hoping that he's going to throw something good in here against this. And then I put a trap team on the back wall and put my Geos in front of ships with the super fast spy. So if he tries to Vader this, my spy is going to be fast. His Vader is not fast enough. So that's what we're hoping for. All right, so then we look over here. He did place the Geos. I feel like we're going to trooper this. I still don't have the no escape on Darth Vader yet for Zeta. So I feel like the troopers is probably my best bet here. But then he did the same thing to me. So he puts this Carth team in here. 85,000 galactic power. It's good enough to be good. He's got a lot of Zetas on these characters. And I'm stuck having to use a really good team here. And I expect that I'm going to find his Padme team on this back wall. So I pretty much have to use my Vader here. And once I use up my Vader, then I'm going to be stuck for his Padme team. I don't think I have anything that can beat it. And I don't think I have anything that can beat this team without using Vader. So I got my Vader team, I got my Troopers team, and then I got pretty much leftovers. So if he threw a poor team on his back wall, we got a chance that we could get him. If he's got the Padme team back here, is what I expect, and that'll be the end of the end of the line for us. I don't think I can beat that Padme team. 2 Zetas on the Geo Brood Alpha. Yeah. Yep. All right, so just chat, help me out. I'm so used to just throwing my Kylo Ren masked against this team and just not, just brain dead, whatever, not even paying attention to what's going on. What character is the most threatening? So if I do Vader, Merciless Massacre, walk through these guys, do I Culling Blade on the Zalbar first? I feel like I have to get rid of Canderous, right? Canderous is the damage. He's got 2 passives. He just puts out tons of debuffs, right? I feel like that's the guy that you got to kill first. But I don't know if he's more of a threat than this Zeta Karth. So for anybody who knows really well how this team works, maybe you could give me some advice on what's the right way to deal with that. Canderous or Mission? Mission is the scariest, so call her. The kill order is Zalbar or Mission. Call Mission. Crew is immune to dots. And you just have Red Trooper to cleanse Vader. The problem is I don't have the pre-taunt. So I don't... If I go in here with my little... this team, I can't be too casual about it because he still doesn't have the pre-taunt. This is the team I'm going to use, I think. But, yeah, I've got to get this. I probably have to put faster mods on Kylo until I can get him the Zeta, or I have to get the Zeta for him pretty quick because 177 speed just isn't cutting it. Not cutting it. Tarai, ooh, that's a hard name. Tarai Sias. First time catching you live. Really appreciate the channel. I'm really wishing for some more account review with PowerPoint only videos. All right. KRU has a stun and remove taunt. All right. Either Mission or Big Z has to die first. Canderous or Mission depending on speed. I think Mission she'll really... Okay. So we're saying that Mission is actually the one that's the biggest threat. Huh. Let's take a look at her stats and see what we got. 186 for speed, health, protection. I feel like she is quite easily cullable. Tenacity's nothing. And she doesn't get stealth until she actually does an ability, right? Stealth. Okay, 80% potency. She doesn't gain stealth from this ability though, right? When an enemy resists, she gains potency until she inflicts a damage over time. Okay. So yeah, so we don't have to worry too much about her as long as we can get to her before she stealths. Okay, probably kept Malevolence because he put Geos on the front of fleet. So go for a 3-zone clear and be efficient with banners. I can see him clearing 3 zones and getting stuck in your Padme. Shh, you're not supposed to know what that last team on the back is. It's obvious though, right? If I set the trap and I don't have my Padme on offense, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, at this low of account level, it's pretty easy to work out. All right, so the question is, do I need to put in one more character just to balance this out? And I think, if we do this and we just put in this Tarkin, he can put down offense down and just take the edge off of it so that we... I wish I had tanks. I wish I had a short trooper in here to throw in. Oh, man, I need everything, right? Like, I need everything. Use Tarkin. Darth Vader joined the channel. Hey, Loquitur. Hey, Darth Vader. How you doing, man? All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to call mission right away, and then we're going to lock down the boys, kill Zalbar, and then get to the juicy stuff behind Zalbar. All right, looks like we got a plan. All right. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so Merciless Massacre first. We're going to target Zalbar when we do the Force Crush. Then we're going to target mission, call her out of here. That went well. All right, then we're just going to tap Carth. We're going to tap Canderous. I don't want to say what I call this guy, but let's say it rhymes with Canderous and starts with candy. Every time I see him, I think candy. All right, so he'll get a counterattack, but we don't care too much about that. All right, let's just put up more dots. Then these guys will probably die when they start their turn. So if we stun Zalbar, we may be in a position to lose no banners at all. All right, let's just tap him because he is stunned. We're not too worried about him. Stunned for a couple turns, and then we'll call him out. That's efficient, boys. 61 banners, no protection lost. Nice. Red Trooper, big boom. Nah, I just want the assists. I want that advantage so that he keeps assisting on everything. All right, those crits. All right, back wall is, survey says. I'm telling you guys. I knew it. I knew it. It is not a surprise at all. This is what we expected, right? Ay. Got to do what we got to do. And now we're stuck up against this team. We'll give it a try, though. We'll try something. I don't have anything else that beats these Geos, though. So we're going to go in against the Geos with the troopers. That's pretty much a no-brainer. And then we'll see what we can do against that back wall with the scrubs we got left over. All right, let's see. Tarkin was not necessary. Correct, Tarkin was not necessary. But you don't know that going in, right? Like if you underestimate a team and you get caught behind them and they start taking turns and taking away your banners, if they take away protection on 2 characters, I would get less banners than if I put in 4 characters and didn't lose any protection. So my thing is always, on a fight like that, how many characters do I need to make sure that the opponent never gets a turn? So Tarkin is just there to steal turn meter. He's fast enough to steal turn meter if to just deny the opponents getting turns. So it's all about not losing banners. Looks like a Boba or Django lead on the back wall. Probably Bosk lead. Probably Bosk lead. Question here. Do I put this Stormtrooper in or not? I think I need the Stormtrooper. The counterattacks from that Brute are going to hit hard because he's a relic level Brute. So if I use Piet and I put that on Stormtrooper, we're going to lose Stormtrooper in a hurry. But I think we have to because we don't want to lose Snowtrooper. As long as we don't lose Snowtrooper or Veers, as these guys stay alive, we're good. So I think we put in the Stormtrooper. See what happens. One AoE or counter, you lose Stormtroopers. I would go without. Yeah, the problem is who do I put the ambition onto then? If I put it on Snowtrooper, he might die in a couple hits from that from the Geo team. If I put it on Stark, I guess I could put it on Stark. I don't know. I don't feel good about it. I'd rather lose banners by losing the Stormtrooper than lose one of my key guys and lose the match. So I think we take Stormtrooper in there just knowing that he's going to die and pretty much not caring. We wouldn't need Stormtrooper if we had 70 more likes. Yeah, take Stormtrooper, go full squad. All right. We'll go in with a full squad. Trooper team, go. All right, here we go. Buffs up. We'll put this onto the Stormtrooper. And take your first beating, Stormtrooper. All right. Then we'll mass assist. No beatings there. Let's see. Let's just do taunt. Let's do the area effect. Do more area effect. Do more area effect. That's it. Now, come on. Come on, Brute Alpha. What you doing? What are you doing? All right. We lost 2 banners from that Stormtrooper, but we would have lost at least 1 banner from anybody else no matter what. So, luckily we got rid of the Brute with only 1 counterattack. That's still pretty good, though. Still not bad. 58 banners. All right, let's see what he did on Fleet here. It's not the Malevolence, so we already feel pretty good about that. Look at World of Tanks. Look at this. Interesting. Interesting. So this gets taunt when? We gotta take a look at this. It also taunts whenever an enemy gains a Bruz droid or an allied Vulture droid falls below. So he can get taunt just by doing his skill here, or with Vulture droid doing his skill. But I think with our mass assist, we can get rid of him pretty quick. With Plo, we can heal back up. So he's not bringing these guys with his Malevolence fleet. So if I go faster, I get Vader. If I go slower, I get Hyena Bomber. Then I got to work back around to Vader. Still a dangerous team for only 220,000 galactic power. These are good ships. Good ships. What's your defensive fleet? I wonder if it could hold. It's going to be close because he only had like 400,000 in ships. And if you put this much on defense, he may lose to my ships. All right, so we'll bring this, and we'll bring this in case I need a taunt. We'll bring it all in case the battle goes long. Nah, that's not going to help. He's got his 2 main ships out front. He's only got 1 good reinforcement with this setup, though. If he's only got 220,000 galactic power, he's going to have 1 good reinforcement and a bunch of garbage. Right? Because I've got 3 good ships out front, and I've got 1 good reinforcement on garbage. That's not even that good. All right. Geos with no reinforcements for offense, but the ship just spits out droids on its own. So that's, at this early of a game, I imagine he beats a lot of people just because the fleet is that good. All right, let's see if we can get some exposes. We can get no exposes. All right, that's looking pretty good. That's looking good. And we're just going to finish him off with a basic. All right, now we have to get in here and get, man, what's better to bring in, though? Just Plo. I feel like we got to get rid of this guy before he gets back around to his cooldowns. All right. Plo's not going to do much right now because the guys that are there aren't really that unhealthy. So let's just bring this in. Soak a few hits. Try to kill Vader here. No taunts, no taunts, no taunts. All right. Pick him off behind. Buff up. Then let's just get offense. And we should be able to clear it out. Yeah, good. Good. 59 banners. It's all right. Too much focus on my Sunfac. Nothing I can do about that. It's all right, though. Or actually, did he kill my soldier or my Sunfac? Wasn't paying enough attention. Good, though. We got fleets. We got a 3-zone clear. 3 zones so far. What are you going to do with Padme? Joey the Goat says it's going to be close. It is. It is, and mad props to Thanatos. Like I said, respect. It's a good account. It's a smart defensive strategy that he used. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Let's just take in the top 5 characters that we have left. 64,000 galactic power, and send them in. All right, so let's see. We really need to get rid of Anakin. So let's zap him. Resisted. All right, let's get taunt going. All right. Come on, Dooku. Stun somebody. Nothing. All right, she's got protection up on people, so I can't even get a stun in on these guys. I don't have any buff dispellers. Looking pretty grim. Looking pretty grim, boys. Let's see. Let's see if this missile can do anything. Nope. It's a missile of sadness. You can hide Django, though, right? Oh, maybe not. Done. Okay, fire. Fire, fire. Mace Windu's not here. Oh, never mind. I thought I could only die to Mace Windu. Thought it was a special power. Oh, yeah, we got nothing. Ewok Scout going in. Get him. Nope. We're going to give him like 7 holds, make him wonder what's going on. They'll be like, how did he even have that many teams? Oh, look at him. Stormtrooper Han taking some beats. Taking a beating before he went down. All right. Sith Marauder. Time to get in there. Do your thing. Anakin's going to die now. Anakin's going to die. Anakin, nope. Denied. You said throw everything at him, right? I'll throw... Everything's going to take a long time, though. Let's see. Nope. All right, that's enough. He's got 5 holds. He can brag to his guild mates, post a picture, show that he got 5 holds with his Padme team. He can be proud of that. That's a proud moment. So, yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to what holds. Somebody had asked about ships. So he had 220 on defense, and I have something similar, 217. We've got a Houndstooth here that's okay-ish. I mean, we really need to get Bosk at least a couple more gear tiers, get this skill up before this Houndstooth is going to be much of a threat. It's about to hit 6 stars, so I'll really push Bosk's gear when that gets 6 stars. This is, kind of a mediocre ship still, but 7 stars, not horrible, and this is my relic level Anakin. 6 stars on the ship so far, so it's not built out yet, but also not a bad ship. So the turn meter gains are what you got to watch here, because if you go after Anakin first, you're going to give Houndstooth turn meter and taunt. If you go after Houndstooth or any other ship, you're going to give Anakin turn meter and more damage. So, I don't know. It all depends on who we target with these 2 ships right when he starts. If we target smart and target the soldier and kill the soldier with these 2 ships right away, I don't think he can beat me. If we get dumb and target the spy and put him under stealth and give him extra damage, then he just kills this ship right out from underneath stealth, and I probably can't hold. So we'll see. We'll see how all that shakes out. This can't hold. Anakin will get 1 shot by a spy before anything happens. No, because remember, my Anakin's going to go first. He's going to go first, and he's going to be fast. And if I can go first and hit soldier, I have a chance that I will potentially two-shot his soldier with the combination of the silencer. I think the silencer is already fast, and look at that, 182. So both of those ships are going to go before he goes. And it's enough damage that it might take one of his ships out. Small chance. Very small chance. Kylo targets spy with his special and JKA uses his AoE. Probably. Quit crushing my dreams, Arva. Can you show his Geo ships? Man, Arva wants to micromanage this. He's probably going to go run a spreadsheet on whether or not this guy has exactly enough galactic power to beat me. Yeah, so we got 2 Gear 12 Geos. Sunfac is Gear 11, looks like. And he'll have Ahsoka Tano as a reinforcement. And then potentially, you know, some of this other stuff as a reinforcement. But with the Malevolence spitting out his extra little ships every time he does an ability, I mean, you may not even need to. Sometimes with Malevolence, you don't even want to bring in a reinforcement. You just want to keep shooting out more Vulture droids. Yep, every time he does a skill, it's a Vulture droid. So he can come in, first 2 turns of the game, Vulture droid skill, Vulture droid, and then summon a reinforcement. And that might even be tougher for me to beat. Good player, though. Good matchup. I think he gets me. I think he gets me just because he has the Wat Tambor to go with his Vader, and that can get him a win. Then he'll have the Revan team, and he'll still have the Darth Vader team, the Revan team. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think he can clear all 3, right? Even if he's got Yoda. No, Yoda was on defense. I don't think he has enough to kill those rebels. He's got a Bastila Shan team with some Jedi, but I don't think he can kill the rebels easily. I think he's in the exact same spot I am. He has to use his Vader to get through to the back wall, and then once he gets through to the back wall, he's got nothing. Man, this is going to come right down to the wire. It's probably going to come down to the fact that I put that Stormtrooper into the team with the Geos, and if I'd have left him out, I'd have got 3 more banners. If I lose by 3 banners, I'm going to be learning a lesson here today, boys. All right. Awesome. All right. What's his Vader speed? His Vader speed's decent. I don't remember exactly what, but I remember, I'm going to guess like 250 or something like that on his Vader speed. Yeah, 253. 253. He better not come in solo against the Geos. If he comes in with just him and Wat Tambor, he might be in for a surprise. He's smart, though. Look at this play. You don't play an account like this. You don't play like this guy and then go into the Grand Arena and not pay attention to the speed on the opponent's Geos. So, yeah, I mean, there's no way that I'm going to surprise him with the speed on my spy or anything like that. He's going to know. He's going to know, this guy. Spy could always one-shot. The problem with the spy gimmick, if he brings in... So how to best explain this? So what the spy does, and this is dumb, I wish it didn't work this way, but because this skill is actually considered a higher tier skill than this skill, on the first turn of the game, he will go first, but he will do this skill first, typically, okay? Which doesn't really help much. But what I'm hoping, and against Vader teams, what'll happen is they'll see this and they'll go, okay, I got to get to 290 speed. So I got to put my Palpatine in the lead and Vader, and that gets me 32 speed. I'm still not there. So I got to put in like 2 more Empire guys to make sure that I'm over the top of this spy. Well, if he does that with 4 characters in the game, I'm done for, right? I'm not going to get it. But if he puts that Wat Tambor in, plus 4 characters that are giving his Vader speed, and he has a full team of 5, if this spy can do 5 debuffs with this, remember, he gets turn meter every time an ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy. So as long as he can do, 3? He has to do at least 3 debuffs and get him to stick. He'll get an instant turn, he'll get to go again, and then he'll do his silent strike. So they have to bring in 3 or 4 characters at least, and he has to get those debuffs to stick on illicit intel, and then he'll go again, and he's got a chance to one-shot. So, yeah, interesting mechanics. Not likely that my opponent's going to fall for it. Yeah, we'll see how it all works out. It's exciting, though. It's a good matchup. Aren't people likely to check spy speed? This guy is, absolutely. This is a good player. He's gonna check. Do all people check? No. Honestly, there's people that it is so common to relic the Brood Alpha that people will literally see your Geo team on defense, and they won't even pay attention to the fact that it's the spy that's reliced. They'll just go in here and look, and it's like a typical Geo team. You expect 1 relic on a Geo team, and I'll tell you, some people may not even notice that it's not the Brood Alpha that's reliced. They just like, oh, okay, it's Geos, and then there's a relic on the team, and it's a face roll, and I've got a Vader, and they put Vader in there, just kind of like as an automatic, I know what to do against Geos kind of thing. So yeah, you'd be surprised at how little effort some people put into Grand Arena where they don't even look. They're just like, whatever. Vader kills Geos. Vader don't kill my Geos. That's it. Ever consider putting GBA at 290 if he goes first and it triggers spy and soldier's turn meter? So yeah, of course, like GBA is going to be fast and spy is not going to be fast. This is only because of the way the characters are built, right? So Geo Brood Alpha is not Gear 12. He can't have 6 dot mods. So it's that simple. If he could have 6 dot mods, he'd be the fastest character on the team for sure. No problems. I got to get a tenacity set on this guy instead of this health set and, speed him up a little bit. But I need 2 of these golden stun guns first. So, yeah, whenever he gets to Gear 12, then I can speed him up and make him the fastest. And by then I'll have Stark, and we'll take all of the fast mods off of Spy, and we'll make Stark like, I think I calculated we can make Stark like 318. So we'll make Stark the fastest character by far in the committee. We'll give Brood Alpha the better mods to make him go fast, and then we'll settle out the rest of the teams. So I got a lot of remodding to do once both he and Stark are Gear 12 at least. The 6 dot mods are the problem. Yep. When's the next account update? I usually work on the account updates over Saturday and Sunday, and that's what I'm doing again this time. And then the videos usually get issued either on Monday or Tuesday, depending on how work goes and when I have the time to finish the editing. So we'll get that next account update out Monday or Tuesday, one or the other. I'm at level 84, and it's so frustrating to keep getting Zeta Night Sister team in my Galactic War that I can't get past. Yeah, Galactic War is one of those things. I don't know. I had about a 50% win rate until I got my Geo Brood Alpha, and then you win every day, no problem with your Geo squad with the Brood Alpha. You just roll through this thing. So I think I hit level 85, and then I had to do like 5 or 6 more days before I got to my 50 wins. So it was right after I got to 85, but not too bad. But yeah, coming up, I didn't care about galactic battles to the extent that I felt like I had to win every day. I've heard people say that, like, I want to win galactic battles every single day because there's so much loot in here. And I mean, the loot is pretty good. You get like 500,000 credits out of here, right? So if you pass up those high level things, you don't get the high end of the credits and tokens. But yeah, I wasn't mad about missing this some days because I didn't want to change what I was doing with the account. But yeah, Phoenix is the way to get this early. You know, Phoenix helps get you through that. It's about all they're good at. Not a Phoenix fan. All right, so let's put this back on the lightsabers for a second. I've got a couple questions out of the Discord that I want to answer. One of them is going to be a group question for chat. Get you guys involved again. Get some comments and some chat going over here. Somebody asked, what do you use as an early game counter for the Padme teams that pop up and get put on defense? So exactly like we saw from our opponent today, he's got a Padme team. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not good. It's not bad. But you put that on defense because it's a tough team to get through. So what do you guys propose, like in this 1 million galactic power range, that would be a good counter to the Padme team? And one obvious answer is your own Padme team. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if I felt like I had a Padme team that I had to beat on a defense, I would have to save my Padme team for offense because that's what I've got right now. Vader can work his way through the Padme team pretty easily if he goes first and the opposing Anakin is not a huge character. So if the opposing Anakin is Relic 7 like mine, Vader's not a good option because you can't call out Anakin, and anybody else that you get low life is going to trigger Anakin to go crazy, and he'll start, going bonkers and beat Vader down so fast in that Galactic Republic team because he keeps triggering turns for Padme. And, Anakin does the damage, but then Padme immediately restores life and gives people buffs and does all that stuff. And once she does her middle skill and gets the protection up on everybody and they can't get debuffed, Vader just goes downhill in a hurry against the Padme team. So what do you guys use? Early on, I'd do Empire with a good Thrawn or Geos. So if you got Thrawn on the team with Vader, then you can kick Padme and she won't be able to give her extra protection up to people, or you can kick Anakin and, kind of hold him down until you can kill him. One or the other. Biscuit says, I just do the mirror and hope that I win. Lol says that Darth Vader relies on... Okay, that's a different comment. Build an early game Traya. Okay, so Triumvirate. I don't think Traya alone can beat Padme. But again, just like the Thrawn, if you have Traya on the team and you can isolate Padme, then, if you've got Vader or something else, the whole gimmick becomes a lot easier because she's not throwing up the extra protection and she's not getting a turn after Anakin. She's locked out all that stuff. So an early game Traya. I used Emperor Palpatine, Thrawn, and Vader. Vader was Relic 5 with high potency and offense. The Thrawn kicks either Padme or Kenobi. Oh yeah, you can kick Kenobi. That way the taunt's never in your way. Padme mirrors are so easy. I'm with you, E Magnet. I think because you're in control of the moves and you don't do dumb area effect attacks that trigger the opponent's Anakin. I mean, it really comes down to that because the AI is going to use that attack preferentially and knock one of your characters low. That gives you extra turns, and then you're just smart enough to go over there with a basic attack instead of doing your AOE. And it's not too hard to win the mirror match, because the AI does dumb things with... I mean, the AI plays the Padme team really well, but it just so happens that the automatic skills aren't that great for another Padme team, because Kenobi will do the mass assist, which will give you tons of protection, and Anakin will, trigger extra turns by doing the big area effect. So the mirror match is not too bad. Christian says, how are you feeling about the Cup Awards? It's exciting times. It's exciting times. I don't know how many of y'all know about the Cup Awards, but that's coming up soon. Gonna be rewards for like 20 different categories for the best streamers out there. And there's only one that I care about, honestly. So let's get the chat involved again. So if there's one category that I win, Christian, what do you think I care about? What category do you think that I want to win? One category. There's one category that I need to win, and there's one category that I better not lose. So that's all I care about. You're winning the biggest brain. All right. Ryan says mods. All right. Well, Arnold is in the running for the best mods, and I think, honestly, I can't compete with how good of mods he's got for how long he's been playing. So I don't think I'll win best mods. Best Grand Arena? Oh, yeah, mods. I don't remember the categories because I was getting alerts. All right. I want the big brain one. I want the big brain one because I think that's... I like strategy. I like thinking, especially Grand Arena stuff. So because I like doing that stuff, then I hope I win the Big Brain Award. So that for me would be the fun one to win. I don't care too much about best hairline. That can go to somebody else. That's fine. And the one that I don't want to lose, there's a worst mod category, and I better not get the worst mod category. So if I get worst mods, man, I'll be sore for weeks. So mods was the right answer on the one that I don't want to lose. I voted for AP on that one because it's kind of his motto thing. Yeah, he's always talking about how much he hates mods and doesn't want to do mods. But he didn't put himself up, right? He wasn't even on there. Wasn't even on there. He put back up and running. Oh, yikes. Back to live. All right, looks like we should be back live. Hopefully by the time you guys hear these comments, we're going to be good. Viewers will experience buffering. Okay. What is going on here? All right, well, hopefully that clears up. So we're going to experience buffering for a little while. We got some weather around the area, so maybe it's slowing down my internet. Man, my nose is itchy today, guys. I keep having to... I'm real conscious of reaching up and itching my nose. I did a bunch of yard work today, and I feel like I've still got, dry grass up my nose. So I keep itching my nose. I apologize for that. All right. So, talking about AP gains, you say something nice about AP gains, like CG will come in and shut your whole stream down. Proof right here. You want conspiracy theory? AP Gaines likes his conspiracy theory. Man, shut down the whole game. Put you guys on buffering because I was saying good things about AP Gaines. Nice. All right, let's see. Let's see what I've got that I can shut down. Let's just close some windows here. And maybe that'll solve something. Maybe that'll solve something. Maybe I'll get my transmission rate increased again. I'll close Discord in the background and make sure that that's not eating up my internet capacity. Somehow this is all Comcast's fault. Which nodes will be double drops? Is there actually a schedule? They're just going to be doing like a couple days of double energy around the May 4th, right? The not like the one that we just had where it was only Galactic Legend boost. It's going to be everything for a couple days, I think, around May the 4th. All right. Oh man, come on! This stream stuff is costing me viewers. Viewers are leaving. All right, let's get over to this other Grand Arena then. In case I lose the stream entirely, we'll want to do some stuff. I see the stream now, Loquitur. All right. Are the polls up for votes still? No, the polls are done. The polls are down for the Cup Awards. If Arnold doesn't win most money spent, I'm quitting. Yeah, I think Arnold's got the most money spent on lockdown, or at least I feel that way. I mean, I've spent some money on my main account, but I think I've seen him spend more money on a couple videos than I've spent in my entire time of working on my account. So yeah, I think he's got that one on lockdown. All right. Hopefully, hopefully this isn't too bad for you guys. It looks bad on my end. It keeps dropping out and cutting in, so hopefully the buffering's not making that too bad. It's going to be double drops on everything. All right. The fourth and fifth is everything double drop. Okay, good. That's good. That makes sense. All right. People ask me, should I hoard energy? If you want to hoard energy like the day before, that's fine. Like hoard up your energy and then do your daily refreshes and don't spend any of it. Any more than one day, you start giving up so much free energy that it's really not worth it. So if you want to hoard up on the third, just tell your guild that you're not going to get your 600 tickets on the third because you're hoarding energy, and save the energy for the day, do all your refreshes, put it all in the bank, and then spend it on the fourth and fifth and go crazy. But I wouldn't recommend hoarding for any more than one day. That's just me. I spent $5 for that ability material pack, so you're no longer free to play. Yeah, that's how it works. You're officially a goldfish now. I've heard that really low investment accounts are called goldfish accounts. So join the goldfish club. All right. You know what? We've got an auto deploy on the main account, so it's probably more fun to do an account review than it is to do the GAC. So let's do an account review on this account here for, let's see, put it out here, Darth Thanatos. I think that's how you pronounce that, right? Thanatos, the god of death. So Darth Death. Nice. Darth Death. DL Lilies. All right, that guild name, I don't know about that. I don't know what the DL means, but Lilies makes it sound like easy guild to underestimate. You'd go in there thinking that they're a bunch of weaklings. See, it's reverse psychology. We give them a weak name to disguise the fact that we're going to crush them. All right, so this particular person wrote in and said, I need a second opinion for future projects and help setting up offensive and defensive teams for my Grand Arena. So DL equals alliance name. Oh, nice. So it's Darth Loquitur, right? Dark Lords. All right, Dark Lords. I should have guessed that this was Darth Loquitur Lilies. Maybe he's trying to tell me something. All right, so divided in galactic power, 1.8 on ships, 2.4 on characters. That's the split that we want to see, right at 60% in ships. So that looks good. Number 80 in fleet, number 65 in arena with C. And this is a team that can climb real well and doesn't hold quite as well as some of the other teams. But with this team, only 4 Zetas on the C. I don't know. I feel like this team should be able to climb higher. Probably can. We'll see if we see anything obvious in that. All right. So let's look at what he's got in the fleet first. Got the ships you would expect. Oh, he's built all the ships from sea. Okay. All right, so we've got the fleet with the negotiator here. We've got this Empire fleet going on with the shuttle, the TIE Advance. Does he have the Gauntlet? That's the question. Does he have Gauntlet Starfighter? Yes, but not good. All right, so first piece of advice for anybody who doesn't know, this Gauntlet Starfighter, if you're running an Empire team with Vader, I don't care if it's a Sith team or an Empire team or whatever, but this ship is amazing. The pilots are terrible. But this ship can really put your fleet over the top. It's got extra speed. It where is it? It dispels. Maybe it's just too low a level, or is it this skill? Yeah, it's got buff immunity. So it's got buff immunity. It's got a buff up skill. It's got a good basic attack. It's got extra speed to take a lot of turns. This ship is really surprisingly potent for the Empire fleet, and either under Executrix or Chimera. All right. Let's see. Darth Vader says it's needed 100%. Okay. I'm guessing that doesn't have to do with ships on this guy's account. So aside from those, he's got Han's Millennium Falcon here with some pretty low-level pilots. Got the bounty hunter ships going on. I'm wondering if he's going toward the finalizer because he's got Kylo Ren, TIE Silencer. Does he have the finalizer going? Yeah, he does. He's got 4-star finalizer. So going toward SLKR probably. All right. So we're going to look at his account. We're just going to take a quick glance at speed. We've got the Sith Eternal Emperor, of course, going to be the fastest. Let's see how much plus speed he's got. 535. Not too bad. Not too bad. Darth Revan. Lots of developed speed. Ooh, 301. So for this many high 6-dot mods that have been hit, 16 speed there. That one's finished at 23 speed, 21 speed, 12 speed. Okay, so we could do better on the cross, but other than that, it's okay overall. We've got 301, and maybe he's actually trying to time that for some reason. 284. Oh, the speed drops off fast once we get past that first few characters. 279. Jango Fett going real fast. Interesting. Interesting. I usually see Jango Fett pretty slow because you can put him in with a Separatist team and do some gimmicks with a slow Jango. All right, Watem Bor. 270 with no speed set. Stark. 270 with a speed set. All right, so we could probably do with some modding. But what he wanted an account review more was about getting an opinion on future projects and help setting up offensive and defensive teams for Grand Arena. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. SPQR Thanatos says, lol, this is my account. Awesome. All right. Well, if you have different questions or whatever, since you're actually in the stream and in the chat, let us know. Let us know what you want to talk about. When I look at the defensive teams, Revan, I think for sure is a defensive team for you. Grievous, for sure, is a defensive team. Skywalker, I would put on offense. And where's the Shock T? Do you have a Shock T? Yeah, we have a Shock T here. What you can do when you have a gas like this, you can take your gas with all your clones and your Shock T and save all of those for offense. There are some combats that you can win with gas, but you need a clone. You need one clone. You just need to sit down, and you need to be able to stand up from sitting down. So where's ARC Trooper here? Is ARC Trooper your weakest trooper? I feel like I missed him somewhere, so let's look at 50 first. So what you can do is you can take... No, you don't even have him. Yeah, so you'll need to develop that clone, that ARC Trooper. But you can take General Skywalker and put him on a team with like just the ARC Trooper alone. And then, he'll sit down, they'll kill the ARC Trooper, and then he'll stand up and crush everybody. So it's not really a solo, but man, you can take out some of the best teams in the game with this character with one clone. as long as he's got that one clone to trigger his abilities. That leaves you the option to take in Shaak Ti with your standard clones, and you can fill in with like, clone sergeant, or just do a 4-man squad with Shaak Ti, something like that. So that's a team that can give you some flexibility on offense. Palpatine, I think, is always going to be on offense. So what I would do, I would set up Revan and Grievous on the bottom front. I would put Padme on the top in front of the ships, force them to use one of their best teams against your Padme, and then I would probably throw off a couple weaker defenses, leftover Sith, whatever, Geos, and that's your defensive teams. That's your squads. You've got troop. Oh my goodness, look at this, boys. I gotta admit, I can't afford this guy right now, but I gotta admit I'm a little jealous. A little twinge of jealousy right here. I would love to have this character at Relic 5 already. Good on you, man. Good on you. That's awesome. So that takes that trooper team to another level. Do we have Moff Gideon in here somewhere? Let's take a look at that real quick. Moff Gideon. Yeah, okay. So for the troopers, you've got Pit Stark Veers. You've got the Dark Trooper. You really want to get this Moff Gideon going. You don't need a tank. These 4 characters that you've got here with Range Trooper is fine. But you want this Moff Gideon either for your trooper team, swap him out with Piet so you can use Piet somewhere else when you're dominating, or put him into the trooper team and save back, Range Trooper or Dark Trooper or something like that for a different team, whatever you want to do. Moff Gideon is definitely worth building. Okay, but you've got the troopers on offense, you've got C on offense, you've got the Skywalker flexibility, Revan for offense. So I don't know what help you need at this point, man. Tell me. I mean, it seems like you got a rock-solid Grand Arena account here. I don't think you should have any problems, right? You should be dominating fools with this. All right, and then for the next project, you're at 4.2 million galactic power, 1 galactic legend. Your account has a lot of bad guys. It's not all bad guys. You've got some First Order already up and running. You've got the Finalizer up and running. I would build SLKR. That would be my next big project on this account, for sure. If you didn't have the gas, if you didn't have Padme, if you were missing some light side teams, then maybe go for Rey and build up your light side. But you've got plenty of light side. You've got at least 3 rock-solid teams, right? You've got Skywalker, Padme, Jedi Knight Revan. So you're good. SLKR, next move. Yeah. All right, let's take a look over here and see what's saying. Project is SLKR. Yeah. Good. So we're on the same page. Reinforced. Came to the same conclusion. Let's see what else. Is it wise for me to farm SLKR? That's absolutely what's wise to do. That is your next move for sure. Yep. That's the next move. And then once you've got him, I mean, you can invest a little more in Shaak Ti, C-3PO, your Rebel team here with Han Solo and those guys. So, I mean, you've got, what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't go into SLKR and then start branching out into like Rey or something like that. Once you have those 2 Galactic Legends, I would spend some time building up some of the stuff that you've already got. And then look to your next Galactic Legend. Maybe you'll want to do Kenobi by then. All right. Good stuff. Let's get into this second Grand Arena over here. I think Griff has a good idea before SLKR. I think getting your clones Ki-Adi-Mundi ready and then going for SLKR makes sense. I don't know. I don't think the gas team. If your guild approached you and said, "Hey, we want this gas team for defense in Guild Wars," or we need that team up and running to do damage in Rancor raid. I don't know, something like that. I might bite, but I think gas is best utilized as a character in a Jedi team at a very high level, or in these 1 and 2 man solo squads. He's like Nest and Kira, right? You put Kira in the lead and Nest, and Kira gets killed, and Nest gets you a win for one character. You do the same thing with the cheap clone. You build an ARC Trooper, you get ARC Trooper up to, gear 8, 9, whatever, and you throw him in there with gas, and it's basically a gas solo. So I don't think that you have to build up your clones. Now, again, if your guild tells you that they want to go after Ki-Adi-Mundi shards, that's a different story. But I would leave that to choice. If it was my account, I would not. I would not work on the clones. I would go straight for that second Galactic Legend. That's what I would do. Would you consider getting clones Ki-Adi-Mundi and then doing SLK? Okay, I just answered that. Just looked at the chat too late. What's the difference between defense penetration and armor penetration? You got me. Is there a difference? Is one of them a ship skill and one of them is a character skill, maybe? I don't know. Maybe somebody else can answer that. Oh, I think I know. Because there's a buff that says defense penetration, and then on the character itself, a lot of times it'll say, like, somewhere in here, it'll have penetration as a stat. Let's see if it says it. Armor penetration is here. Resistance penetration is here. So I think that's it. I think it's just that armor penetration is what the stat is called in here. And then the buff that you get is called defense penetration, I think. And it's the same thing. It amounts to the same thing. Defense and armor are different stats. Defense pen ignores defense. Armor pen ignores armor. Okay. Armor is used to calculate your defense, though. So, however you want to look at it, it boils down to the same thing. Both armor and defense equals your character stats. Okay. That math may be more confusing than I'm aware of. All right. Got to get into Grand Arena. Got to start doing this. Picking apart this EP Dameron. So what I did, I went pretty heavy on defense again. Leftover team. Grievous banner stealing team with this BB-8. I did the SLKR on defense along with Mon Mothma. I don't like giving away my Mon Mothma, but I need one more good defensive team, and I just don't have something else that I want to put. Geos, Night Sisters in the back just to make sure there's nothing for free if he does. But then he auto-deployed, so that doesn't matter. Those back zones are irrelevant. The front, we got this team here, and unfortunately, he gets Kylo Ren unmasked on the same team as his Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Along with all of this, he gets him with a clone. I don't know. So that's a lot of meat right there. That's a lot of beef to fight against. Then we've got Darth Revan up here who got a Malak on his team. So that's unpleasant. Then we've got mix and match here that we're not too worried about that one. I don't think. And then over here we've got a Grievous-led team with nothing that goes with Grievous. So that's good. And then down here we've got a robot-led team with generic stuff. So this side we're not too worried about. That front side, man, I don't even know what I've got that's going to get through a couple of those teams. Just too many good characters all in one spot. All right, somebody says armor penetration is specifically talking about attacks that do physical damage, while the defense penetration buff is both armor and resistance penetration. It works for physical and special damage. Yeah. Okay. Defense pen ignores a percentage of the enemy's defense. Resistance ignores an amount of the opponent's resistance. And armor pen ignores an amount of the opponent's armor. But at the end of the day, those stats all reduce the value of your attack. And armor penetration is going to give you more attack back. Defense penetration is going to give you more of that attack back. So in the game sense, they're doing the same thing. They're making your attack hit harder against the opponent's defenses. So, okay. All right, so auto deploys are always annoying. I agree. And they're not much fun for you guys to watch. I mean, I show an auto deploy and like 10 people just leave. They're like, I don't want to watch that. So we talked yesterday about potentially bringing in Sith Eternal Emperor with a team and then, coming back later with another team to clean up. But against this team, I think we're just going to bring in a Sith Eternal Emperor team against it and, link him with the Jedi and then just see how much stuff we can do on this team with C. Then this team with the Darth Revan, I feel like that's a Padme, right? Feels like a Padme here because we gotta get him under control somehow. So it's either Padme or bounty hunters, and with Vader here, I'm worried about the bounty hunters. He'll pull me out of stealth and do naughty things to me if he gets a turn. So I think this may be a Padme. This, I don't know. Triumvirate maybe? Maybe Triumvirate. And then